This is a quick video that I want to put together to express that these videos and this series of videos I'm making about psychopaths is not coming from a place. This is my little psychopath. He's lovely. Is not about fear and it's not about terror. It's about hope, recovery and survival. But ultimately it's about empowerment and knowledge, because this happened for a reason. It didn't happen. This happened in a reason, and there's a grand scheme. You must come back and look at the bigger picture. Now I want to show you this painting here behind me that I did when I was at a really bad state in my life. I was like very negative, and I was in the sort of the pit where the psychopath landed you. It happened. It was a combination of my whole life of dealing with psychopaths, and I just had enough, and I just sunk into a really bad depression, and I started to have a lot of physical problems as well, my health, and I ended up in hospital having a pretty bad operation. It was difficult, but I'm great now, and I'm survived. I'm here, everything's fine, and this is why I'm making these videos, because, you know, look after yourself and you'll get here too as well. In this painting you can see on one side of the ocean there's or the river, or the gully or the ravine, there's an area of darkness and negativity and storm, and then there's like a rope going between the two towards a land of like colour and beauty, and that's me in the basket travelling across the causeway. And this is where I am now, and this is where I'm staying forever. I'm in this place here, the place of contentment and enlightenment and knowledge, and that's where you're going to get to. So always know this. You will get through this. Look after yourself. Stay away from things that if the doctors are giving you medication, I would advise against it. Things like psychotropic drugs, things like Prozac. I would definitely not go for that, because you'll just become addicted to them. The people who really love you will be there for you. The people who really care about you will be there for you. You'll discover who your real friends are, and that's a beautiful gift at the end of the day. You'll discover who the members of your family who really care about you are, and that's a beautiful gift at the end of the day. But more than anything, you'll wake up to the fact that you really care about yourself, and it doesn't matter at the end of the day. I'm talking about all the psychopaths in your life who'll mess you up now. I'm talking about like relationship psychopaths, crazy sadistic bullies at work, and vicious office managers who make your life a hell and you only want to make a living. I'm talking about psychopaths in the media who fill your head full of soul-destroying stories about like endless murders, or else screw your mind up by telling you have to be beautiful and you have to be perfect. Look like this celebrity and that celebrity. Like at the moment, you know, it's very negative in the media. That's one of the reasons I don't watch television or read newspapers, because the media and politics, it's a den of psychopaths. That's who runs the show. That's why there's so few of them, and they all have the same agenda to lock you into fear. But there's stories going around at the moment about is burning Qurans, and these lunatic preachers. One of them in America is obviously a psychopath. He's a classic cult leader type psychopath. About burning Qurans, and the media whips this up, and the politicians, you know, they love it because this is good. This is what justifies their jobs, because otherwise, when you really think about it, government doesn't really have much purpose other than to solve the problems that they create through their corporate media, which pretends to be a free press. So, you know, ignore all that stuff. Don't get whipped up into anything negative. You know, it's a lovely day here today. I'm going to go up into the mountains, and I'm going to do a bit of sketching, and I'm going to look for some fossils and hopefully see a few like wild deer, and it'll be all very nice. Get out there, enjoy nature, and more than anything else, don't let the psychopaths get you down, because you'll always go up from this experience. Well, here's the psychopath's entire lifelong trajectory: a plateau of success and wins, followed by a drop, another plateau of success and scams that they pulled off, followed by a drop. It's an endless trajectory into oblivion and decay that's broken by an occasional plateau of wins. But our lives will always be like, go the other way. We go up like this, a plateau where things aren't so good, and then up like that. And if you look at everyone's life, all the people you know who are good people, they always do seem to end up doing well. Where the psychopaths, well, if if psychopaths don't think about the future anyway, but if they all knew, every last one of them, if they all knew what their ultimate legacy would be, they would change. But they can change because they enjoy being psychopaths and they think there's nothing wrong with them. But just think of like even the great powerful ones like Ceausescu or Stalin. Okay, Stalin died an old man, but his legacy now is appalling, and that would be the worst thing in the world for a psychopath. Their grandiose ego, knowing that they're considered like that they're no longer loved, and you know, all psychopaths get it in the end. They all get it, whether they're a low-level psychopath who's giving you a hard time at work, or a high-level despot psychopath, or some dynastic, you know, family psychopath. Don't give up. Look after yourself. There's that scene in the Two Towers in the Lord of the Rings trilogy where Aragorn sees a young boy who's holding a sword that's nearly as big as he is in a vain attempt to hold off the orcs who are about to take Helm's Deep. You know, they're vastly outnumbered, and the little boy says to Aragorn, you know, people say we'll be dead by morning, and Aragorn looks at the kid and after picking up the sword, and he's almost like he's energized by the sword. And what the scene, and both in the book and in the film, it represents it's almost like Aragorn when he's flexing the sword, it becomes like an antenna or a magic wand to refill him full of possibilities and optimism. And then he looks at the young boy and says, you know, there always is hope. There always is hope. So don't let the negative people and the negative approaches to life put you off. If you've been a victim by a psychopath, and many of us have, in fact nearly all of us have encountered him in our lives, never give up hope. Never. Look after yourself and stay positive.